Schmalz, Hohn und Pfeffer unten und sein Holler lutschen jetzt Katschen die Wahn each kiss.
I'm European, I'm from France, so it's a heavy relationship because it's obviously linked to my family and to the Shoah. And I didn't decide that I will have to work with Yiddish. It just fall on me and people decide for me. Have decided for me. Because I was singing and they wanted me to sing in Yiddish. And I just did it and something happened. And it was 2 years ago, and when I did this concert for Hanukkah, everything changed because I totally put myself into the history of Hanukkah, into all the songs, into all the culture. And I totally fall in love with the Yiddish culture, which I barely didn't know before. My mother and my grandfather, who is still alive, speak Yiddish. My mother kind of understands better than she speaks because she doesn't have really some people with who practicing. But of course, I have listened to this language, to this way of being, to all these jokes since I was born, so it's in me. But it was too hard, you know. It was too close to the Churban, to the Shoah. So then the thing happened, I did this concert and everything starts. And I just fall into it. I started reading, speaking, writing in Yiddish, working with translators, with teachers, trying to understand the reality of this language, which is spoken by only a few thousand of people in the world. I don't know if it's even 1,000 people. Because it appears like a dream, you know. Who will understand? For who you are performing? For why? It's not only a question of aesthetic because you like the sound of the language or because you want to be pleased to your family. For me, it's a cultural activism. Definitely. I mean, I try to rescue a culture which is barely dead in most part of the world. I try to build my Jewish identity through it too. And I work for minority cultures because it's a minority, but it's not recognized like this. And I mean, everything was destroyed except a few people and except the culture in some way. So to me, it's really important to make it alive whatever happened, because I am alive. It's a miracle that I'm here. It's a miracle that my grandparents are still alive.
Most of the songs that I will sing, I have learned them with a tambourine. It's traditional, very old Yiddish songs, Volkslieder, and we have worked with all the recording from people from the old country, like my grandfather, who is a survivor, who still has an amazing big Yiddish accent when he speaks French. So it's mainly for all these people.
So when I came back from New York, so it was on the 27th of November, after the performance of the Yiddish theater there, after the concert, you remember, very intense time. I arrived and I spoke Yiddish with my grandfather for the first time. And we were speaking Yiddish together the whole afternoon. And then 2 days after, he had a cerebrovascular accident. So it was like the destiny. He was so happy to see me, was so happy to speak Yiddish to me. And he told me, you should go back to New York. You look amazing. It was amazing to live in New York. It was a whole world there. So it was very hard these last weeks because, as you know, he's my inspiration. He is my key to Yiddishkeit. He's my neshama too. So, what do you do when the only last person who remained from the old world is going to die? What do you do? Who I will be? So it was a whole reflection about that, and I didn't know if I could go or not to Israel. But my parents told me, you have to go, Milena, you have to go. So here I am.
Milena Kartowski wird ins Bringen Hand. Moira Veraboisai, a herzlichen Dank.
Shalom Aleichem. I will speak English because not everybody speaks Yiddish. Aber schönen Dank zu sein da. This is a nigun, a prayer, because the Yiddish world, if it exists somewhere, has lost a very important singer, activist, Adrienne Cooper. She died 1 week ago, and she was our mother, the mother of my generation. If nobody honor her, who will do it? Who will do it except us? And this prayer is for my grandfather too, who is a Yiddish speaker, survivor, and who is at the hospital now between life and death. And he is a people from who I learn Yiddish.
Smeg sein Chosher, finster überall, die ganze Welt voll mit Sinne. Wir bin sie nicht mehr Jesch, keinmal, ich verliere nicht meine herrliche Mune. Es mag sein wie Chosher, es mag sein wie bitter, wir leben Yisrael nicht sagen, doch so wird sein, hoi weh ja guter, gut ich verliere nicht mein Bitter.
This is really something to sing in Yiddish in Israel. With a train or a bus above our head. For me, it's very symptomatic of Israel. Thousands of things are going on at the same time. And the earth is shaking. Since I'm here, since 3 weeks, every time I say that I'm working with Yiddish, people look disgusted. Or they say, you, 23 years old? It's not possible. Yiddish is dead. No, it's not dead. We are here. Why am I singing in Yiddish? Could sing in English, could make money. I don't know. I could make other things. Why? Because it's a lot of friends who are here know. It's a political commitment because if nobody do it, my generation have to do it. But more than that, I love this language. To me, it's the most poetical language that exists. I can say things in Yiddish that I can't say in any other language. It's the language of the birds, of the elements, of the love, Liebschaft. And to me, it could be the language of a revolution, to a cultural revolution. Because who is working for his culture today? Who is active? I'm wondering, we live in Europe, I live in Europe, there are no frontiers anymore, there is a dissolution of a culture, so what is it? So I take it as an activism. But I'm activist, but even though I'm activist, I want to remain in poetry. Because to me, it's the biggest weapon in life, and especially through art. It was unbelievable to be in Israel. After New York, here it's the Jewish spirit. So it was a good experience, and I have grown up. Wow, a lot. Really. My perception of what I am doing, my ideas, my knowledge of Yiddish, my strikes, my struggles. It's not only in mind now, it's here. And I have done, I have seen, I have met the Michigan people, Michigan mentioned. I have met the great people, unbelievable people. So somebody told me, an Israeli woman who is working with Yiddish here. She told me in Yiddish, it's so much inside, you feel it so much, that even Goyim can understand what, Goyim and people who don't speak Yiddish can understand what you are thinking. And it's the purpose of that. I think that these songs are so deep that you can sing it everywhere to everyone. And as I told everybody, my choice of songs is not easy. It's very sharp songs. But I want to give people a picture of Yiddish that they don't know most of the time. And to give them my treasures, because these songs are my treasures. And this is just the beginning of the journey, just the beginning of something. And I have seen that I have inspired one or two people, maybe more. And for me, that's the most important. If I can give to some people the taste of doing this journey, of trying it. Likha
השכלה, השפע על פני שבוס נקבלו.